Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. So today we are talking about progress. Now often when we think about progress, we think of progress as a nice linear line. Just do one step after the other and we should make progress. Sadly, it often doesn't work like that. We'll have good days, we'll have bad days, we'll have things where it feels like nothing is going according to plan. And when you're in those days where things aren't working out, when you're not making the progress, perhaps at the speed or pace that you would like, it's really important to check yourself and to work through and ask, how am I managing those tyrannies of progress? You know, a great example of this is Ash Barty, an amazing tennis player. And I always love watching her post-match press conferences, particularly to hear the language that she uses when she hasn't won. And I remember a couple of years ago hearing her talk, and this was straight after she had lost a match at Wimbledon. And now she was expected at that point to go on and win because she had most recently won the French Open. But she talked about that, hey, today wasn't her day and it's just a game. And tomorrow the sun is going to come up and, give her an hour or so and she'll be back in the right headspace. And I love the way when you think about that language, what she's saying to herself is that she's really mastered those tyrannies of progress. She knows that things are going to go wrong on occasion. And for all of us, it's a real lesson because when things don't go right, when things don't go to plan, it's very easy to wallow. It's very easy to ruminate rather than reflect. To me, making sustained progress is focusing on three key things, and this is what I call the tyrannies of progress. Firstly, dialogue. How are you taming that little voice inside your head? The voice of doubt, the voice of fear, the voice that can hold you back. 2, how are you looking at how you're using your time? Time is precious. We only have so much. So are you really focused on the things that matter? And 3, energy. How are you focusing your energy? If you're not using all three, the dialogue, the time, and the energy effectively, it's very easy to continue to drift off course when things aren't going to plan. So there's a couple of things to think about. So firstly, let's look at that inner voice. Because when you think about that inner voice, usually that inner voice is actually trying to protect you. But often what you're going to be hearing is it's repeating the same things again and again. It can help shift your focus though, when you sit back and recognize, okay, so the voice is trying to help me. What's it telling me? What am I learning from this process? At the same time, because it's your voice, you get to select the frequency, the volume. Actually, you get to select the channel. Is it time to shift the language that you're using when you talk to yourself? Is it time to turn the volume down? And when you're listening to yourself, are you hearing the voice of you, of the real you that loves and cares for you? Or perhaps you're listening to voices that come from somewhere else. The voice of someone else around you who might be expressing their own fear and putting that onto you. So be really deliberate. Who are you listening to and why? And is that helping or hindering the progress that you need to make? Then when you think about time, time's like money. Once you spend it, it's gone. The future, you don't have future time yet. You only have what's here and now and in the present. So are you deliberate about what you're doing every single day? Because getting back up and getting back on track is so much easier when you're really deliberate about how you're spending your time and what you're using it for. And this is about making sure that you're avoiding distractions. I love Dr. Jason Fox in his book around How to Lead a Quest, and he talks about the siren call of self-sabotage. And he said that there's 7 things. I should do 7 things to be aware of. Procrastination, perfectionism, being busy, disorganization, overcommitment, psychological self-sabotage, and lastly, choosing difficult circumstances. When things aren't going to plan, it's easy to let one of those 7, if not all of them, get in the way. When we're ruminating, we're just not making the progress that we need. So just as you're conscious about where you're spending your time, this is also connected to where you're spending your energy. Are you spending time doing things that are restorative, that's giving you the energy boost that you need to keep going? Or are you spending time wallowing? Are you spending time ruminating in a way that's unhealthy? Everyone's going to have bad days. Everyone's going to have times when things don't go according to plan. That's just part of life. The secret is, what are you doing with that? Are you taking that negative energy, flipping it, turning it into what am I learning and how am I using that energy to now take me forward into what needs to come next? Now, I love the words of the author George Eliot, who said, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." Great words to end on. Take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.